Ahasuerus opens the books and reviews the deeds of the righteous. And it is that review of the deeds of the righteous that will reverse what the little horn had planned. I'm sorry, what Haman had planned. It will reverse. People talking about they're afraid of the judgment. Listen to me, you guys. It is the review of the books that is in favor of God's people. Daniel 7 verse 9 and 10, I beheld till thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. Why does God bring Daniel into the palace of Shushan, which is most likely not even standing when Daniel has his vision? Why does God supernaturally take Daniel into this place, this palace of the future King Ahasuerus, where he's going to open books and review characters and review deeds and overturn? Why? Because of the intercession of this woman who goes in on behalf of her people to intercede on their behalf. Esther chapter 6 verse 3 to 5. We're almost done, y'all. We are almost done. And the king said, what honor and dignity has been done to Mordecai for this? Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, there is nothing done for him. And the king said, who is in the court? Now Haman was come into the outward court of the king's house to speak unto the king, to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him. And the king's servant said unto him, behold, Haman standeth in the court. And the king said, let him come in. And y'all know the rest of the story. The king said unto Ahasuerus, or the king Ahasuerus said unto, let me pause. Come back. Let's get off the screen. So the judgment reverses what was going to happen to Mordecai. Mordecai is blessed instead of killed. And then Esther reveals the plot of Haman to the king. And I want you to watch what happens in chapter 7, verse 5 and 6. Then King Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther, the queen, who is he and where is he that durst presume in his heart to do so? And Esther said, the adversary, Satan. The adversary and an enemy is this wicked Haman. Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. And y'all know what happens next, right? Do you guys know what happens next? What happens next is that Haman is killed. Why is this so interesting? In Leviticus chapter 16, verse 7 and 8, talking about the Day of Atonement, a day of judgment, there were lots cast. There were lots that were cast. In Leviticus 16, verse 7, the Bible says, and he shall take the 2 goats and present them before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, 1 lot for the Lord, Mordecai. 1 lot for the Lord, and the other lot for the scapegoats. Yes, y'all. Yes. See, when these lots are cast, the thing that was supposed to destroy Mordecai ended up destroying Haman. The weapon that was supposed to be turned on Mordecai ends up destroying Haman. This is what the judgment does, you guys. On the Day of Atonement, 2 lots were cast, 1 for the Lord, the other for the scapegoat. The scapegoat will ultimately suffer and ultimately be punished because of the judgment. In other words, beloved, the story of Esther, the story of what happened in the palace at Shushan, has direct relevance to what is happening in Daniel chapter 8. A king on a throne with books, a judgment, lots being cast, the reversal of that which was meant to destroy God's people, now being the means by which they are delivered. And this is where the Jews established the Feast of Purim, the celebration of Purim. Let's go to the screen. We're almost done here. We got just a few more slides. This verse records the establishment of the Feast of Purim, commemorating the Jews' deliverance from Haman's plot of extermination. The celebration was instituted as an annual memorial to remind future generations of God's providential care. After the dramatic reversal of fortune where Haman was executed on the very gallows he had prepared for Mordecai, the Jews were granted permission by King Ahasuerus to defend themselves against their enemies. Their victory over those who sought to destroy them transformed the days intended for their destruction into days of triumph. So many of us see the judgment of God as a thing that is supposed to destroy us, when, beloved, it is a thing that is designed to deliver us from the enemy. Come on, y'all. The name Purim comes from the Persian word pur, meaning lot. It's on the screen, referring to how Haman had cast lots to determine the day for destroying the Jews. What began as a scheme for annihilation became a celebration of deliverance marked by 4 key elements. 1, feasting together in communal joy. 2, sending gifts of food. 3, giving charitable. 4, reading the story of Esther. This joyous festival continues to be celebrated by the Jews worldwide. It is a reminder of God's protective hand over his people. Beloved, the judgment is about God's vindication of his people. Note the parallels. A death decree in the end times, paralleling a judgment based on records on books in Daniel chapter 7. Intercession by a mediator, Esther as a type of Christ. Condemnation of the wicked. Vindication of the righteous. Come on, y'all. The Feast of Purim originates from the events of Shushan. Purim is a celebration of deliverance and reversal of fate from condemnation to redemption.